half as they did the first half. Gesner, we see Max Cook getting the start here in the second half in place of Jake Olson. Block working against Stevens. Now over to Podbelsic down in the left corner. Cook. Nice cut inside by Gesner. Gesner off the glass and it rolled off. That's one you almost got to take one dribble and go for the layup.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. You got to go all the way to the basket. There was nobody between him and the basket, and he only had 3 feet left. He's got to go all the way to the hoop. But a good set right off the inbound, or right off the half.
And again, another turnover. Ball loosened up, picked up by Springfield. 4 Railers there. They find Stevens underneath, but Christian comes back and cleans it up with the block, and then he throws it away, tipped around. It's going to be tipped it out of bounds as Poole was standing out of bounds. So just like the first half, a lot of action early on, but no scoring.
Well, you think the layup that Christian had is an easy layup. That's usually 2 points. And then the layup there by Gesner, and it's we're up 12 points.
Minute into the contest. Nice cut again by Cook to Gesner. I think he was going to try and feed it to Christian going to the basket, but instead it's thrown away. So a turnover fest here in the first minute of the third quarter. Certainly not what you want to do with the Railers if you want to try and stretch this lead. Lanier tipped around again. Another turnover by Springfield. Gesner, left side 3 on the way, shoots it up long. Rebound comes down to Springfield.
Yeah, not a good start for the Railers, not a good start for the Senators.
Nelson gets it back from Lanier. Lanier is going to drive in, contact, and I think they're going to get Max on that one. That'll be on Max Cook. That'll be his first on the Railers. Railers on top, 17-9. Lanier looking, inbounds it out into the corner. Almost thrown away, but Nelson tracks it down. Lanier, top of the key over to Nelson. Nelson rises, lefty 3 up. No good. High for the rebound were Wiley, Van Hook, and Poole. And it comes down to Gavin Block. Podbelsic on the left side. He's going to drive baseline against Lanier. Gets trapped on the baseline, kicks it out. Railers swing it around the perimeter. Cook over to Van Hook, working against Wiley. Ball loose on the floor, picked up by Springfield. Ahead to Nelson, who lays it off the glass and in.
Yeah, Railers being just very methodical with the ball. We're not going to show any intensity with the basketball, and Springfield's kind of turned up the pressure. There's another steal for Springfield.
Another steal, Lanier lays it up and in, and he's fouled. And Josh, those missed layups and missed opportunities, things like this that can haunt you.
Well, and it's been a close game. It's not like we were up 20 and we missed a couple layups. We were up 8 and could have extended it to 12, and now the Railers not handling the ball at all very well.
5:32 to go in the third. Coach Neil Alexander gets the officials' attention and calls a 30-second timeout. And Josh, we talk about it all the time. You've been in that huddle. Take us in this huddle. I think there's probably a lot of talking by one person and a lot of listening by everybody else.
Well, you said it. You come out in the first 3 minutes, and you can either break it open, and a way to do that is make your layups. And Gesner missed the one, and then we turned the ball over several times. The thing is, Springfield turned it over several times where we had a chance to really extend our lead, and now you let Springfield right back in it with a steal, with a layup, a steal, another layup, and now they got fouled, so they're going to the free throw line to cut it possibly to a 3-point game, where it really should be probably 12 to 15.
At the line is 6-foot senior Antoine Lanier. Missed his other 2 attempts in the first half from the line. Free throw's on the way. It is no good. Ball tracked down by Max Cook.
Yeah, and that might be a guy to foul late in the game if it's close. He's missed 0 for 3 so far tonight on his free throws.
And there's missing badly. And I think he falls into the latter. 5:15 to go, 17-13. Springfield with an early 4-0 run to start the second half. Block over to Van Hook.
Yeah, Springfield really turned up the intensity on offense. That's a foul.
Foul's going to be whistled on Wiley. That will be his first.
When the defense turns up the intensity, the Railers got to turn it up on offense too. We're kind of holding the ball nonchalant. We got to get down in 3-point stance and be ready to do something with the ball.
Gesner will inbound. On the sideline, gets it into Max Cook. Max is going to drive the left side of the lane, kick it out to Van Hook. Blocks, picked up his dribble, now needs some help. Still no one to come help him. Got to watch the 5 count, gets away with it to Pods.
It's one thing you can't do against this pressure.
Pods has his shot rejected away and then recovered by Pearl.
Is pick up your dribble with only doing one dribble.
And then we've got a carry called on Nelson, and well, I'm not sure if I saw that one.
No, I didn't see anything happen. I thought he might have traveled here when he caught it on his hip, right to get it there. But I didn't see a carry there. But we'll take it.
Another turnover. 4:38. Railers looking for their first points of the quarter. Gesner holds, now back the dribble out. Gesner hands over to Block. Block weaves down the lane, fakes the pass, goes with the finger roll, lays it up and in.
Yeah, good guy. Gavin drives the lane and then pass fakes out to Van Hook, and Wiley went to go get it, and Gavin went right in for the layup.
Boy, the more you see of the freshman, you see that he's going to play some important minutes for this team the rest of the way. Halfway through, Railers on top, 19-13, third quarter of action. Nelson inside to Wiley, can't let him have it in there. Rejected away by Van Hook, though. And then Pybelsic goes down, and a foul is going to be whistled on Springfield. Stevens picks up his first. Wiley probably doesn't see many people that can recover that quickly and do things like that to him defensively.
Well, they're both good athletes, and they're going up against each other. It's a good battle.
So the block and subsequent foul against Springfield gives the Railers the ball back up 19-13. Christian goes baseline, goes right by Wiley. The little floating finger roll up and good.
Yeah, going right by Wiley and Christian. That block kind of sparked him a little bit.
And then Springfield, I mean, you talk about an unforced error in the backcourt. And a timeout's going to be taken by Coach Matt Reed. They're taking time. We will as well. 3:31 to go in our third quarter. From Springfield, Railers up 21-13. Back in a moment with Lincoln, Railer basketball. Alongside Josh Komnick, Jeff Benjamin with you. 21-13, 3.5 to go in our third. Railers with an 8-point advantage. We'll have the basketball after another turnover by the Senators. Josh, it's just a case for Coach Matt Reed here in the timeout. Guys, we got to take care of the basketball. That's what he's got to be telling them.
Well, also, I like what the Railers have done and kind of withstood that little run that the Senators did. You know, they get a little 4-0 run on us, and the Railers bounce right back and get a couple layups. Something that we have grown accustomed to see is shooting the three a lot, but against this pressure, the Railers have done a good job of taking the ball to the basket. Here we got a chance to extend that lead a little bit more.
So after the timeout, the Railers will have it in their end of the court. And Springfield just threw it away. Cook, watched by Nelson. Max got to be careful with the dribble, got to watch the 5 count. Now gets it to Block. Block down the lane again. This time has it blocked by Stevens, but he gets a little bit of a body, and the freshman will go to the line shooting 2, and Stevens has picked up his second foul.
Again, Gavin going right to the basket. You got something you got to like if you're a Railer, to another guy that can go to the hoop and is long underneath, 6'4", long arms, and is, as you said, a lot of the moves that we've seen aren't usually made by freshmen that we see.
3:15 to go. Free throw up. This one good. Gavin's made all 3 of his attempts so far tonight. Olsen in, Podbelsic out. Lanier will leave for the Senators as Pearl checks back in.
Yeah, Gavin, the only one that's been to the free throw line so far for the Railers. 3 for 3 of the night, as you say. So the freshman doing a good job of getting to the line.
And when he gets there making them, he's 4 for 4.
Yeah, I think here, Jeff, as you talk about opening the third quarter, here's a time where you can really bury the Springfield right now up 10.
Gesner almost with a steal in the backcourt. Nelson controls for the Senators, and this time Gesner does tip the pass away and get another steal.
They are very active hands for the Railers tonight.
Under 3 minutes to go. Over to Christian. Christian fakes Wiley out. Goes down the lane, floater, and a blocking foul is going to be whistled on Springfield. And that foul is going to be whistled on Stevens. And Josh, he's picked up 3 fouls, all of them here in the third quarter.
Yeah, the Railers done a good job of going to the basket. There again, Christian going by Wiley and getting to the hoop, something we haven't seen a lot of. But tonight, when Springfield puts the pressure on you, you've got to do something to relieve that pressure. And that's what the Railers done. 15 turnovers now for the Senators, something that's just killing them.
Christian at the line. He's got 9 points, looking to jump into double figures. First free throw on the way is up and good.
Yeah, good job by the Railers so far on the free throws too, Jeff. 5 of 5, 4 of 4 for Block now, 1 of 1 from Christian. So something that could already 14 fouls for the Senators. Something late in the game that could help the Railers and get into the free throw line.
Christian with the bounce on the way, and that one rattles in and out. Railers on a 7-0 run to stretch it to an 11-point lead, 24-13. Into the front court, Max with the steal as he knocked it away, and Coach Matt Reed looking at the official wanting a foul. Cook. And then Reed just got teed up.
Yeah, I think you saw that call coming.
It's one of those where he wanted it.
Yeah, I think he saw that coming. He was a little frustrated with his team. The 16th turnover now, and now they have Coach Reed just a little frustrated.
Block. Free throw on the way, up and good. Block 5 for 5 from the line. Make it 6 for 6. Springfield's going to take another timeout, so we'll take time as well. 2:30 to go. Railers have doubled up Springfield 26-13. Back in a moment with more Lincoln Railer basketball. Back in Springfield, 2:30 to go. 26-13 Railers on top. And Josh, is it a case of with Coach Matt Reed picking up the technical for Springfield? Is he explaining his displeasure with the officials, or is he trying to light a fire under his team?
Probably a little bit of both. You know, I think a lot of coaches do that for a number of different reasons. Hopefully they'll get some calls down the stretch, and also to, you know, kind of get your team going too.
Max Cook to inbound to Jake Olson, third quarter after the technical. Block made both free throws. He's in double figures with 10. His first contest in double figures. Olson, and it's stolen away. Ball loose, picked up now by Springfield. Lanier's going to drive in. Lanier reached in and grabbed the ball. Ball's going to be tipped out of bounds. It's going to stay with Springfield. $2:13 to go, 26-13. Springfield will inbound on the baseline. Lanier looking, throws it way into the backcourt. Can Balster track it down? He does, but just barely. And now they've got the Senators in some difficulty in the backcourt. Still back there. Balster now breaks into the front court for Coach Reed. Double team comes, and then a foul is going to be whistled on Olson. And Josh, you wonder if after the technical, if you know how even the smallest fouls are going to get called just to
even them out a little bit.
Yeah.
I think too.
Of course, our broadcast partner Tom Larry would always tell you, of course, being a former official, would tell you that never happens, but then he always says it with a little grin on his face. 1:50 to go, 3 on the way, that's up, no good, as the shooter went down and the Railers get the rebound.
Yeah, good job. The Railers done a good job all night on the rebounding.
Max trying to clear Jake back into the offensive set. Max on top, and a blocking foul, and now they're going to call it. There's our illegal screen of the game. Well, I tell you what, Josh, it's almost like you can make a little checklist that's the, we see it every game. We have.
And it looked like Gavin got blasted, too. I'm not sure where the block was. Gavin got just ran over by Wiley, and maybe he was moving at the time.
So after that,
travel.
Nelson. Minute 20 to go. Springfield looking to cut into this Railer lead, which they've stretched out now to 13. Lanier, top of the key, 3, back rim, no. Nelson the rebound for Springfield. He'll fire off a 3. That's on the way, in and out, no good. Rebound by Lanier coming in, lays it up and in.
Yeah, one of the only times the Railers didn't put a body on somebody, and Lanier goes all the way from the top of the key and goes in for an offensive rebound. The Railers got to find him and put a body on every Senator.
Under a minute to go. Gesner on top to Olson. Now over to Cook. Cook down the lane, lost control of the basketball. Last touch by Springfield. And Josh, with the Railers, they were up 13. Now they get back only up by 11 after the basket. you really want to make sure you get a good shot here. You don't want to give the Senators any hope going into the fourth.
Yeah, protect the basketball, and hopefully you can run a bunch of time off here in the third and get a good shot.
40 seconds to go. Olsen to Bolby now in the contest. Gesner fires the top of the key three over Wiley and hits it.
Yeah, big basket by the senior. Been quiet all night. Comes in averaging over 11 points a game, and haven't heard Jordan a lot, but there was one of the threes.
Only the second three for the Railers tonight. And traveling's going to be whistled in the backcourt against Nelson. You know, Josh, we talk about the threes, and everybody, you know, thinks threes when you think Railers. When the Railers make 6 threes or less, they're 3-3. But the more they make, their record gets worse. They're only 2-5.
Well, we've talked about that. We don't have that consistent shooter of making 3 or 4 a game.
So after another turnover with the Railers up 29-15, Railers have a chance to cut Springfield's hopes a little bit more here with this possession. Gesner looks to drive against Wiley. We're down to 5. Got to look to the basket. Cook down the lane. Kicks it over to Gavin. Gavin, reverse layup is up and good as the third quarter ends.
Yeah, great drive by Max and great job by Gavin of using the up and under.
At the end of 3, it's Lincoln 31, Springfield 15. Back with the fourth in a moment. Listening to Lincoln Railer basketball.